Yeah, hi, good evening all. Am I audible? Someone will respond. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to week 4 live session. So today we will discuss exceptions and error handling in Python. Okay, we will see some programs which are related to exceptions and error handling in Python. Manisha B. Sheikh. Do you have any doubts, Manisha B? Okay. So what is exception? Someone, I think, even uh, if you know other programming language like C++ and Java, the exception concept is there in C++ and Java also. Okay. So, so what is exception in Java or whatever the programming language you learn so far? Okay. Can you please tell me, somebody, what is that exception? Just a formal definition. So exception, okay. So exception, or you may call this as runtime errors, okay. So generally, when you write some program, so the program normally it will execute, okay. So sometimes what will happen is there will be some unexpected behavior, or you may call it as abnormal behavior, okay. So you are trying to execute your code or your program, suddenly some kind of error will occur, okay. So that errors we are going to call it as exception, okay. Like sometimes you may call it as runtime error, okay. So we need to handle those exceptions. So for example, you are trying to read a file. For example, now I am trying to read one file from my computer. So if that particular file is not present in my computer, it will throw some error. That is called exception, okay. So you need to handle. So how to handle this means, so by displaying some messages like there is no file or file not found, okay. So like that you need to give some alert message or notification message to the user, okay. So in Python also we have exception. We may call this as errors and exceptions. So errors and exceptions, generally this is unexpected behavior or program failure, okay. Program failure or unexpected behavior is we're going to call it as exception. So how to handle this exception in Python means, so we have different blocks is there, okay. So we can use try block, catch block, okay, try catch, or first catch we will see later, try, except, then else, and finally. These are different blocks. So you are going to use this try, except, else, finally. These are the different blocks you need to handle the program errors in Java, okay. So we will see one example, okay. So for example, I will say, so I am writing test equal to 1 divided by 0. So what is the output? If you print test, what you will get? So what is the output for this? Test equal to 1 by 0. So what kind of error or what is the issue you will get here? So generally 1 by 0 is, so anything you can divide it, okay, any number if you want to divide it by 0. So in programming language, okay, what you are going to call this as, like this error name is like 0 division error, okay. So it's not possible, okay, you cannot divide any number by using 0. So there is some error will occur. So that error name is, if you want, you just try to execute this code. I'm trying to execute this code. See here, the error name is 0 division error. So you need to remember this thing, okay. So this is not, practically this is not possible. The error name is 0 division error, okay. So you need to handle this kind of error, that is division by 0 is not possible. So then what you want to do? So you need to take some action. You need to handle this case. So this test equal to 1 by 0 you need to handle. How to handle means, so there are different solutions. So instead of placing 1 by 0, you may place some number. That is one solution, okay. You try to avoid zeros as the remainder, okay. So this is one case, okay. Alternative case, can you tell me some solutions whenever you are having division by 0 error? How to handle division by 0 error? What are the different solutions for handling division by 0 error? Can you tell me? How to handle this division by 0 error in Python? So I will write few things, okay, whenever the 0 division error comes, okay. So we have different solutions. So first we will see in which scenarios you are going to get a division by 0 error. So this is 1 by 0. Similarly, there is a possibility, I will write few cases, okay, in which scenarios you are going to get division by 0 division error. So if you are having like this, okay, then this is also like, this is integer division, okay. If you write any statements or any program lines, if you are having this kind of syntax, so this is also division 0 division error. Then 1 modulo 0 1. Again you may get, if you want, you just try to check these things also, whether you are getting zero division error or not. So this is another case. You are trying to, this is integer division or modulo by 0. Okay. So the another case is, so this is the one more possibility. Again 0 division error. This is integer modulo 0. Then if you write some function kind of thing, okay, or you can write like this also, 1.0 divided by 0.0. So this is also 0 division error. Or if you want to take any complex numbers, okay, you can use any complex numbers like 1 plus 2j. So these are the different scenarios where you will get 0 division error. Okay. So the next thing is how to handle this division 0 division error. So how to handle means, so for example, I will tell you the safe ways to handle this 0 division error. So one thing is, you can write some, you can use this, I told in exception handling there are different blocks are there, try block, catch block, so and then except and else and finally. So these are the different blocks. So you can use these blocks to handle these errors. Okay. So for example, you need to catch this I'll give one example for this. Okay. So before we are going to give one example for this, I'll give some syntax for try catch blocks. See, whenever you are handling exceptions, so this is the syntax. Okay, whenever you want to, so try print x. Okay, so if you want, you need to define x initially. Okay, so this x may be previously I have taken something, right. This x is some value, then so there is another block except, so print exception occurs. I am trying to write exception occurs. Okay, so now we will see. So this, in this case I declared x is, I mean the variable x is having one value, then I am trying to print that value. Okay, suppose if I am keeping like this, then we will see what will happen. So the x is, we are unable to print this x value. In previous case x equal to 1, but in this case even x is there, but there is some error occurred. Okay, so that error is division by 0, it will throw it. Okay, so then what you want to do, you need to, instead of printing here, you can display some message, an exception occurs, like that. If you display this message to the user means, then they will realize that there is some error is there in their program. Okay, so similarly you can write multiple exception statements also. Okay, so the same example, what if you want to write, you can write multiple exception statement also. So this is syntax for you can print some more message like another exception occurred, or something else it went wrong, like that you can display some message. So now how to handle this one means, um, if you give instead of 0, if you place some other value, okay, then we will see what will happen. Okay, then we are trying to use try block, try x equal to 1 by 3. So inside this try block you may write any number of statements. In this case I used only print statement, so if you want you can write many number of statements. Okay, so what I will do is I will write statements like this. Okay, for example, I removed this x equal to 1 by 3. I wrote one statement, result equal to 1 by 3. Then what I will do is, this is my result. In this exception, so you are trying to give some statement, this except case. Okay, 0, what is that error? 0 division error, as you are giving some alias name error, then you are trying to print that error message. Else, so the other block is else case. So your answer is you need to return that results. Okay, so I am writing answer is it should be like this. We try to run this code. So there is some indentation error. This all these blocks, it will follow the same indentation. Okay, try except else. Okay, so in this case, so this is actually previously result I have given. Okay, 1 by 3 is floating value. You need to specify that data format, whether it is integer value or floating value. Okay, so like this you can write try block, except block, okay, else block. Okay, so if there is any 0 division error occurs, it will print this message. If you want to test, you can test. You give result is, in this case it will print this message. Okay, 0 division error. Okay, so like this try, catch, except and else blocks we can write the code. Okay, so the next one we will see one more thing, like index error. So there are different errors. The previous one is 0 division error. The next we will see index error. Index error, what we will do is I am trying to assign some, I am taking some list x equal to 5, I am taking some list x5, then 8, then 9, then 13. Okay, this is my list. So what we are doing is we need to find out the nth value in the list. Okay, so for that I am writing some function. So you already know how to define a function. Okay, def find nth value. We need to write the function name is, I am giving the same name, find nth value. The list is here. Okay, for that's why nth value in the list X. So I am writing the, I'm passing that parameters X and N. Okay, so this is the function. Now what you want to do is you need to try, you need to write the code for try block. Okay, so result equal to x of 1. To find the nth value you need to write the result value will be x of n. So try, then accept accept. Okay, so what this accept will do is it will throw some index error. Index error as error. You can print error message. Print error message. So in else case you need to write that answer else. So print your answer is okay. Then you try to call that, you are trying to pass some value x comma 5. Now we will see what will happen. So if you give x comma n, actually my list of values, how many values are there? 4 are there, but we will see. So the list index is out of range, it is showing some error. Okay, otherwise find nth value. See here, I am trying to give that nth value, like, so this is my 0th index, first index and second index value. So if you specify the index values like x comma 3, so this is 0th index value, first index, second and third index value. So it will print like this, the final answer. Else case it will print. Suppose if you call that function, the other case, okay, like 5 or 6. 5 means my list is only having 4 elements, but you are trying to call 5th index value, you are trying to find out the 5th index value. It will throw some error as list index out of range. Okay, so this error is called index error, because that index error, that index is not available in the list. If you want, you can add like this. Okay, now we will see. And you can add one more. So I added, that means I appended that particular list, okay, manually. Then we are trying to execute the code, then it will print. Okay, so like this you can write the exception handling codes in Python. Any questions? you getting what we are discussing, how I am writing this try except else cases?
Sir, can you please reiterate else case just for this example?
For this example, reiterate means can I execute again, or can I
No,
execute
no,
again?
sir. Else, like how it is playing role. Like if it is try is true means else will execute, sir. Like if it is not true, that that I have
Yeah,
confusion
that
else.
particular element n is present in the try block, that particular case, okay.
Okay,
It will give output here, okay, in else block. Suppose if that index is not present, so you don't get any result, okay. In that case it will throw that exception, okay. That
got
exception
it.
is index error, okay. The name of the error is like out of range. The index is out of range.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So try if try is true, like the result is there, then except will not execute and
It
else.
won't throw any exception.
Okay, so if it doesn't have if it doesn't exception also else will execute, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm. So similarly, you can write nested exceptions also. Like here, only one exception is there. Sometimes you may get nested exceptions. Okay. I will give one more program like the same thing. What I will do is, see, you can write the similar kind of programs. I will write one more code. Okay. For example, I want to, okay, I am taking some values. Similarly, I am taking some list 40, 65, 70, 87. Okay. So after that, what I am doing is I am writing one code. Okay, like I want to divide function. Okay, I have some values. Divide function. For that, I am giving def divide. You already know how to define a function. I am defining the divide function. So inside this I have two values, one is x, another one is y. Okay, so then what I am doing is I am writing code for try block. So value equal to 50. So value equal, I am assigning the value equal to 50, x dot append value. If value equal to 50, what I am doing is I am trying to, I think you already know, I explained this append function in my past live sessions. Okay, so if you append this thing, what will happen is it will add, okay, it will add this 50 value to the existing list. Okay, so this is the try block. Then what we are writing is, if there is any exception occurs from this code, so you need to write some x except. So what is this value is, we are going to call this value as attribute. Okay, so there will be so many errors. Now this, if there is any error occurs, this error is called, okay, attribute means this value kind of value related errors, we are going to call this as attribute error. So I am writing attribute error. I am going to take it as some alias names, attribute error. Okay, this is alias name is user defined name, you can give any name. Okay, then it will throw this error, this print message, attribute error. Else, if there is no exception, else what you want to do, you need to print or you need to write some other code. So what I am doing is, in this example, else what I am writing is, I am writing this is like multiple expression, I mean like nested try I am trying. Okay, else again you can write some more try block. This is nested try. Then you write some code here in try block. So here I am writing some more thing. So that is another case. So the result case. So in this case, if there is any value having 50, you append it. The another case, result case. So that I divided by y. Sorry. For I in x, except 0 division error, like this we are trying to print some message, else we are trying to print results. So now this is the code. Now we will see, we will try to execute divide x comma 0. What is the output for this? Somebody will tell. From this code, so this is my code, this is my divide function, this is my list. We are trying to divide my list with 0. In this case, whether you will get any values, you just try to run. Okay, so what is going to print? It is going to print division by 0 error, because you are trying to the first thing is it will check. Okay, in try block, is there any value you are trying to assign? Okay, it will check that one. Then this code, it's not going to execute it. Then it will come to here, else code. Then it will execute this code, result. So here also this particular statement it won't execute. Then it will print this exception. Okay, because this is 0 related. Otherwise, if you want to try, you may try divide x comma 3. Then you just try to execute this code. Okay, so what it is doing, if you give divide x comma 3, so it will execute this code, result code, I comma whatever the list of values present in my x, like 40 by 3. What is the value 40 by 3? You will get 13.33. Then 65 by 3, so you will get 21 point. So it will run and it will print that result here. There will be no exceptions in this case. Okay, x comma 3 by case, it will print all the results. Okay, so like this you can write different cases also, like different try blocks, different exception blocks. Like this is called nested or multiple try exception statements. Okay, and in sometimes, okay, without, I mean, you don't want to bother about what is this exception and what is this value, what you are going to print, but you want to print one common message. So if you want to print a common message, for that also there is one separate block is there, that is finally. So what this finally will do means, whatever you will write, whatever the code you are going to write in this finally block, that will be, you are going to print that message. I am giving some finally block. Let's see what will happen. Oh, sorry, finally indentation error. Suppose sometimes you want to print a particular message, okay, in your program, without depending on these statements, try block statements or exception block statement and else block. Okay, you want to see that message. In such cases, such messages are code. In this case, I used only message. Even if you want to write, you can write some code also. Whatever the code you are writing in finally block, it will execute and it will print those messages without depending on the try and exception codes. Okay, so see here live session is printed. Okay, so that is try, except and else and finally block. So what we will do is similarly we will try one more example. Okay, I'll give few examples. You need to tell me output for those examples. Okay, I will write code here. Try, I am giving x equal to int of so I am writing some code. Try block x equal to 42 some value, then I am writing except. See this try, except, else, finally, all these are keywords in Python. Okay, so if you say except, this is nothing but exception. Try means you need to write the you just make sure that spelling is, you have given proper spelling. Okay, if you give keywords, if you observe the color also, it's varying. Okay, so these are the keywords except. So you are writing some value error, otherwise else case you are trying to print no error. No error. Then finally you are trying to write finally block also, print something. Okay, clean up or something. Okay, whatever it is suggesting. Can you tell me the output for this? What is the output?
So conversion like integer will come.
Integer?
Value like it can't be converted in right into
Whatever it is. Okay, suppose it, it may print either this or either this. Just tell me output. Okay, if I write like this, is it correct or not? Can I write like this or not? If you are having any doubt, you just execute this cell. Okay, so of course whatever the code you are writing, it will print as it is. In this case, x equal to int of 42, it's integer value only. You won't get any error, value error. Okay, there will be no conversion error, nothing. So this statement is correct, that means this is true. It will go to the else block, it won't throw any exception. Whatever the thing is there, it will print that message. Suppose if you want to print 42, you can print 42 also, like we will see. If you give x, then it will print 42. I am giving some message, no error message, okay? Because we are discussing errors and exceptions in Python, that's why I gave message like this, okay? So is it correct? So similarly, like this you can write anything, okay? In Python by using try block, exception block. So that's about try and exceptions in Python. Now so there is another concept is there, rise value error in Python, okay? We will discuss that also. Rise value error. So I will take one example and I will demonstrate. Suppose I have a value. My value is something 2, okay? Or you want to take any value 2000, okay? Then if value is greater than 1000, what we will do is we will rise is again keyword, rise value error, you write some message, value is too high, okay? Else case, else if you want to write something, congratulations, or print value, whatever it is. Tell me output for this. What is the output for this code? So try to execute. If you are doing, if you are executing code with me, you just execute either Google Colab, okay? So what is happening here? Sorry, if this is X block, some syntax error is there. So generally value is 2000. This 2000 is greater than 1000. This is the case. See, it is rising, okay? So if this is true, you are trying to, yeah, rise statement will be executed, okay? Because this is true. Suppose if you give something, some other, in this case this is not true, this statement is not true, then it will go to the else block, okay? It will print it, okay? So like whenever you want to rise something, okay, the rise is the keyword. Whenever this particular statement is true, then it will throw whatever the code you are writing. In real time it is not like this, okay. Generally I am writing print statement or something, okay, like value error, some error messages. In real time you may have code here, it will do some other task. Suppose if this case is true, here you may have some hundred and thousands of lines are there. It will execute that particular code and it will give the output, okay. So for your understanding how this try, catch, exception and rise will work means, so I am explaining with only one simple statement, okay. So in real time you are going to have so many statements, okay. So that is about rise thing. Now I will write one statement, okay. Can you tell me output for that? So I have a statement like this: 1 plus 2 . So what is the output for this? I am trying to print X. Tell me output for X. Output for this statement. See, whenever any statement, okay, so you already know this operator precedence, which one will execute first, you know it, right? For example, 1 plus 2 and this multiplication and division is having highest priority or highest precedence, so it will execute this one, okay. So the first statement it will execute 3 by 0. This is 0 division error, right? So it will print that one, okay. So if there is any error in is part of that particular statement, okay, so it will throw that error only, it won't execute this entire statement. If you update this value with some other value, like now you execute this one, then you will get 3 by 3 is 1, 1 into 1 plus 2 is 3, you will get the output as 3, okay. So like this you can write. Errors in Python. The next thing is we will see time series data, okay. I will tell you time series data in Python. So like what is this time series? Time means either it may be date, okay, or month or year, or it may be hours, seconds. So all these are time series data, okay. So in Python already there are some libraries are there. If you want to handle or if you are using any time series related data, so you need to import this thing, okay. You can use from date time, import date time, okay. So if you write this statement, we are trying to import date time from date time function, okay. So you can import this one. Suppose if you want to know what is the time now, okay, so what we will do is we can call now dot date time now, and then you print this one. So it will give today's date as per this system. Now we are using this is my system, date and time, okay. So as per this we are using Google Colab. So this is that server time, okay. So 19 is the date, and maybe some server is there, there it is for 14 22 minutes, then seconds. So after that you may have milliseconds also. Okay, so like this you can print the date time. Okay, suppose if you want to know only year and month and date, okay, what you will do for that? So instead of printing all these things, you just print now dot year. You want to have only year, then comma now dot month, comma now dot day. So it will give only, so year will be 2025, month will be 8th August, day will be 19. So this is the one case. So if you want to like, suppose you want to compute how many days are there um, the last year or previous year, okay, from today you need to subtract. Okay, I will write one statement. So like I am using for subtraction, we are generally we will use delta or something. Okay, okay, some date time 2011 and then first month and 7. So this is also 2008. You need to know how many days are there in between these 2 years. Okay, you can write a statement like this: date time, you specify that year, month and day. Similarly, year, month and day, this is optional. If you want, you can keep it, or you can keep it here also, otherwise you can remove it. Let's see what will happen. Then you try to print the delta. So it is saying that the difference between these two dates are, there will be 926 days, then they gave some difference time also. So if you don't want to give time, you just remove this and you just check it. Okay, it will give 0 0. Okay, there is no difference. Suppose you don't want to see this content also, after printing delta, you want to see only days, then what you will do, you will write one statement, delta dot days. It will print only days only. You don't want to see time also, you just want the number of days. So like this you can use this time series data. Okay. So the next one is, even if you want to do any operations, like if you want to add some days, you can add it. If you want to multiply, you can multiply it. You can do many arithmetic operations on this date time data types. So I will show you one more examples. Like, so we have some start date. Let's see. So I am trying to import some more function from date time. I am importing from date time function to time delta is there already, one existing library. So inside this you just see this one. Okay, if you are importing time delta, so like you can do all these things. You can add and subtract time delta, you can apply any unary plus minus operators, you can compare dates, you can multiply dates, you can division dates. Okay, so this will generally, it is used to find out the difference between two date time objects. Okay, so these are the different operators it will support. Okay, the existing library. I'll give one example for this. So generally I am taking some start date, start equal to date time. So this is my start date. I am trying to print this one. Now what I am doing is I am applying that operators. So what is my first thing, for the start date I am trying to add time delta 12. So what is this time delta 12? So what it will add? Can you just tell me? If I give like this, my start date is this one, then I am using this time delta function. I gave the value is 12. Then what is the output? If you try to print this one, what is the output? Or if you execute this one, what is the updated? So it will give, see here, the previous case start date is 2011 1 comma 7. This 12 be the number of days. So this is year, this is month, and this will be the days. This 12 days we added to the existing date time. It will print those things. Okay, here it will be 19. Similarly, you can apply other operators also, like start minus 2 into time delta. We execute this one. Okay, what we did is we multiplied this with 2. Okay, so can you please somebody explain what is this 2 into time delta of 12 days? In previous case it is added, now we are trying to subtract it. So how this become previous year? We are trying subtraction, right? We are doing subtraction. 12 into 2. So how many days? 12 into 2. So previous case is the number of days are 19. Now again you are trying to multiply those days. Okay. With 2 into 12. Okay. So it will multiply. After that it will subtract from the start date. Then the final value you are going to get this particular date. Okay. So this is the case. Then another one is, sometimes this date time series data will be like, it should be in the form of string format. Okay, so I will show you one example. We need to convert between string and date time. Okay, most of the databases or systems, the date should be in the format of string. So if you are having this date time objects, okay, we will take one example. Stamp, time stamp. So this is, I just print this one. So then what we are doing is, if you want to consider this time in the form of string, okay, you can write string function, string of stamp. What it will do is, it will convert this date time object into string object. Now if you, so this is the conversion. Actually this stamp is the date time object. What we are doing is, we are using str function. Okay, so and then we are passing that stamp function to this string function. Now this object, whatever the output you are getting, this is the string. Okay, so now you can specify if the date time is in the form of string like this. Okay, if you want to know that here stamp dot, you can call string first st, yeah, So if you want to call the year, or if you want to print this month and date, we can print. Okay, y means year, m means month, d means day, percentage y. Then if you call this string f time, okay, f time means, so it will print that only year, month and date. So there will be different date time formats are there. We will see one by one. So if you specify percentage capital Y, what does this meaning is, it is 4-digit year. Okay, if you specify percentage small y, this is 2-digit year. If you want, you just check it. Okay, instead of y you just give small y, then you execute this one, it will give only 11. Okay, so these are the format specifications for datetime object. So then similarly, percentage m, percentage m is there, small m, this one. Okay, this is for 2-digit month, 2-digit month. We have only 1 to 12 months. Okay, so it will print like this, 1 to 12. Okay. Then percentage d, 2-digit date, percentage d, it will represent the 2-digit day. So generally how many days we are having? So the max will be 1 to 31st. Okay, if you take any month, it should be maximum number is 31 only. Okay, similarly if you want to print hours, percentage h, these are the format date time format specifications. Okay, so as per ISO standard, so this is hour. Okay, hour, so it will print 00 hour to, like, so how many number of hours per day? So there are 24 hours. It will start from the 00 to 23 only. Don't it won't print from 1 to 24. You cannot see 24 as your timeline. Okay, 23, the maximum number is 23, and then 59 minutes, then 59 seconds only. Okay, so after hours, so this is 24 clock. If you want to see 12-hour clock, you need to specify date time format specification will be percentage I. This will print hours in 12-hour format. You just note down, this is 24-hour clock. Then this is 12-hour clock. So 12-hour clock, it should be 012. For 12-hour clock, it will, you are going to have 1 to 12. You just observe the difference. Here we have 0 to 23. If you take 12-hour clock, it will be 1 to 12. Okay. Similarly, minute, seconds. Okay, and percentage m for minute, then percentage S for seconds. Then if you want to write like instead of um, weekdays, okay, you want to write Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday like that, okay. So for that you need to specify percentage small w. This is weekday. Instead of giving number, it will give that word, okay. So these are the different date format specifications. Now I will give one example for you. Now I am giving one exercise for you. You need to tell output for this, okay. So I have date time. I am using date time dot. Okay. I will declare date strings, date, strings. There are two dates are there. So one I am giving like this. Yeah, I think the code came. See, there are two dates are there. Then we are having like this string p time x comma percentage small m percentage d and then percentage y for x in date strings, okay. These are my date strings, okay. So can you tell me the output for this? If I am trying to print date time, what it will print? Tell me the output for this code. Somebody tell me what is the output for that, okay. You just execute this and then you see what you are going to get. So it will give basically what you are doing, you are trying to print this format. So string p time is, this is parse time, okay. So whatever the time you are taking, you just, it will take that and it will print the same parse time, okay. I'll give few more examples for this time series data. Suppose if you want to resample and aggregate okay, generally we have different time zones, right? Like Asian time zone, European time zone. Okay, so we will see how they are going to write. Okay, time zone conversion. Okay, for this I am taking TJ. TJ is the time zone. So what we will do is we will take some date, like we will use pandas for this. Okay, because we are doing some manipulations. For that we need to import pandas. We are handling some manipulations. Import pandas as td. After importing pandas, it's better we can import numpy also. Just import numpy as np, sorry, now what I will do is I am writing some conversion. Okay, time zone conversion. We will see. Okay, so generally for time zone conversion, tj okay, like we are trying to get this data from pandas date range. So we have in pandas also date range function is there. We are trying to read that data. You give some date 2401, then so if you specify tj, here you specify, okay, whether you want universal time zone or Asia Pacific time zone. Okay, so as of now this time zone we are specifying U2C. Okay, then you need to know difference between those times. Okay, the next thing is time zone data format. We are taking pd dot, this data frame is id.data frame. NP range. And this index is tj, then tj So can you tell me what we are doing here? We are trying to convert from one particular time zone to, so this is actually UTC time zone to, we are converting into Asia Kolkata, like our Indian time zone. Mm, there is some error. See, I made some syntax errors. Just give me a minute. Yeah, see, there are some syntax errors are there. Generally, we are asking to get the date conversions. Okay, so this is the date conversion between UTC and Asia Kolkata. Okay, like this, you can write some time zone related time series data. Okay, you can practice this time series data. Okay, so any specific questions? Okay, I will continue in next class. Okay, next live session. If you have any questions, you just ask me. So if you don't have any questions, I will end this session. Yeah, tell me. Hello.
Hello, sir. Which is the interface you are using? This one?
This one Google Colab, sir.
Is it?
This programming
Hmm?
environment, right? Google Collaborator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google Collaborator.
Yeah.
How do you come to this? Use this
Okay.
step.
Okay, sir. I will show my screen in just a minute. So basically, what you want to do is you need to log in into your Gmail.
Okay.
So after that,
Uh-huh.
I will show this navigation. Okay. Then
Yeah.
you need to go. There will be some Google apps here, or you need to
Uh-huh.
go to Drive.
Okay.
Here you need to take new tab.
Uh-huh.
Can you see my screen, sir? New tab.
Yeah, I am seeing drive this where
Okay,
you are
then this one.
selecting.
You know how to go to Drive, right? So after
Yes.
that, okay,
You-
here I will show you from Drive. So there is the option called New.
Ah. Okay.
Go to More.
Okay.
Here you have Google Collaborate.
Okay. Okay. Collaboratory.
Yeah,
Collaboratory.
yeah, Collaboratory. Short
Laboratory.
form is Google Colab. We will call
Okay.
long form
Collab.
is Collaboratory. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Collab.
Hmm.
Yeah. Go there. Then.
You need to click this one. Then
Yeah.
it will ask
Okay.
you create and share.
Uh-huh.
It's like the Python environment is providing by Google company. It's like cloud
Oh.
platform. So
I'm
this is the,
okay.
then it will
So.
open a sheet like you can see
Mm.
my, I will
Mm.
show
So dot IPYNB is one which is created there. Huh?
dot
Those
IPython. This is like
I
IPython notebook.
oh IPython notebook that is different.
That's not different. The file name is. Wait a minute, I will show you.
File name will be saved as that. That
So you
extension.
can see my file, right?
Correct.
Dot IPYNB means
IPython notebook. Okay.
IPython notebook.
Mm.
Short form they are giving like this.
Yeah, extension is that
Hmm.
to identify. So you
Yeah,
save them in the Google
if
Drive
you want,
only.
yeah, yeah, it's in my drive. If you want to rename, you can rename
Okay.
these files. For example,
So,
in this case, you give some name live session like this. I am giving.
yeah, yeah, yes.
All these files will be there in your drive. If
And
you
what
want,
support?
you can
Yeah.
download also. For example, this is the environment. You can
Okay.
write some
Download and
code.
save it in your
Yeah,
local
go
folder.
to file.
Mm.
Save is there. Download
Correct.
also there. Again,
Yes.
download. They will ask you to. You want
It,
.py file or .python. Both are
okay.
Python codes only, but
Uh-huh.
you can download whatever the version you want. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, what type of support it provides extra for Python in this collab?
Support means this interface is very easy. You no need to install any software.
Ah.
Uh,
Okay.
they are going to run from their end, Google Cloud, Google server.
Okay.
They will run it. Okay. You don't need to install any software, Python related software.
Uh-huh.
and all your codes will be saved in Google Cloud. Whenever you want to access, you can access from anywhere.
Oh.
Suppose you are using some other software, some Python softwares.
Mm.
Suppose you are there in different place, you want to execute those files, it's not possible. It's because
Mm.
the codes or the Python files in your local machine. So this
Okay.
is in a global mission, okay? You can access at any time, any place, anywhere. So
Got
that
it.
is the advantage. And then the computing resources also, like these codes are, they are going to taking care of the GPUs. For example, your system is CPU. For example, if you give lengthy codes or some computing codes, it will
Resources.
take more time. Yeah, the resources, they will provide more resources compared to
So that,
your local machine codes. Um, these codes will execute faster
so you're extending capability of your machine using that.
using their free
Their
resources. Yeah.
resources. Augmenting. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
great.
Hmm.
So very good to know this. Okay. Google Colab.
Yeah.
Collaborate.
Collaborate. Yeah.
Mm. Laboratory. Collaboratory. Good.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. You
Very nice.
can. This is the coding environment. You can write. You can type your code
Uh,
here. So
uh,
you can execute. This is execute button, run button. Here also you have
oh,
buttons like run all, run before. These are the shortcuts.
uh,
If you want to run current cell, you can run current
uh-huh.
cell. These are the different options. Okay. So if you
Mm.
want to insert, you can insert from this tab also you can do. Otherwise, mostly we
Mm-hmm.
will use coding and text only. Text is for
Mm.
like if you want to give that program name, we will take the text button. It will give only text things only. You cannot write any code
Okay.
here. Like program name,
Uh-huh.
descriptions you can
So,
write by using text
co-
tab.
you want to write code means you press code. Mean that code mode you have to
Like
go.
name conventions. For example, I am writing Python code for hello world.
Uh,
You can write like this. Then if you
okay.
want to write actual code, you need to take the code tab.
Uh-huh. So
Then you
it
can
will
write.
indent and all that with
Hmm.
this one.
Yeah.
Indentation also it will provide.
Like this is namings, name convention
Mm.
for your codes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, sir?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, we have to import pandas and numpy is compulsory, or we can have another. I don't know. The first live session, my session is on importing packages. Okay. When do you want to import pandas and numpy means? So basically, numpy is numerical Python. If you want to do any kind of mathematical calculations or matrix calculations, the numpy is having some existing libraries. You can utilize that libraries. Okay. So what is the major advantage in Python? Everything already implemented. Okay. So if you want to utilize, you just import those libraries and you can write some simple codes. So similarly, pandas also. Okay. So it depends on your task. You can import whatever the package. I mean, whatever the library you want, you just import the concerned libraries, either pandas or numpy. Why previous case I imported pandas and numpy means, because I am trying to convert that time zone, one time zone to another time zone. Okay, like universal time zone to like Asia Pacific time zone. In that case we need some function, range function. Okay, then the difference between the time. Okay, so for that we need numpy and pandas. Like that date date range is present in the pandas library, then you are doing some kind of mathematical, the difference between time zones. Okay, like you are doing subtraction and all, those things will be present in numpy package. So that's why I imported those packages. So yeah. Okay, any other questions? It's it's better you can watch the previous videos and NPTEL videos. You may get some idea, okay, how to use this packages and all, okay. So anyhow, thank you. We will meet in next week. Thank you so much. Good night all.